back again to another video. Today I'm going to show off my bolt action in 15mm scale. Now I already have a 28mm bolt action army, but that's more recent than this one. This one's actually quite an old army that I painted a long time ago. It was originally painted for Flames of War, but although that game started off hot in my area and those places to go to play the game, they've all dried up, and it seems that not very many hobby shops are carrying Flames of War anymore. Even though Flames of War have updated most of their stuff into plastic, these are mostly metal miniatures, except for the Panther there. That's a Plastic Soldier Company Panther. But anyway, I was stuck with all these armies, these Flames of War armies, and quite honestly, the market is kind of saturated with Flames of War based armies. So I thought to myself, what am I going to do with all these figures? And then I thought, I'll play bolt action with them. So I took a week or two and I snipped off all the figures off their 5-man base, and I based them individually. And it actually worked out really well. I ended up having 2, if not 3 armies for bolt action ready to go pretty quickly, already painted. So there wasn't really a whole lot of work except for the rebasing part. And I tried to play a couple of games with them, and those games were tough because unlike 28mm, you can tell who has a submachine gun. You can tell who has a light machine gun. You can tell who has a bazooka. It's easy to see the figures on the table because they're obviously that much bigger. So what I did with this army, or these 2 armies, this is the British / Canadian army, and this is the German / Waffen-SS army. What I did is I decided to go the ugly route, and if I can show this guy here for a second, I painted the back of the base different colors so that I could see it when it was on the table. Let's just pretend this is a table, obviously, but you can kind of see the blue there. So blue is a submachine gun, red is a light machine gun, white is a bazooka or a anti-tank in some way, and I think there's one more. There's yellow, but we don't have any yellow here. So yeah, I painted the back of the bases to designate a special weapon or a special ability. So the riflemen don't have that on them. They are just basic. But any special unit that you couldn't really see from down low, or from up high, I should say, I colored the back. So I'll just get down in a second. I'll show you the armies. Now that I have painted 2 28mm bolt action armies, I'm not too sure what to do with these guys. One of the things I like about this is that I have dozens of more tanks and hundreds of more figures, so I could make a huge bolt action game, but I'm not too sure. But just give me a second, we'll get down to the table and I'll show you what I have up close. Okay, so we're back a little closer. It's handheld this time, so I can get better close-ins because they're smaller figures. On 28mm figures, I usually have my little tripod, small one on the table, so I can do this, but no, I gotta do it by hand this time. So first I'll just tell you what we have. We have a captain and a plus man, I guess. I have a heavy machine gun, a medium mortar with spotter, a Pak 40 anti-tank gun. I have a Stug with 1 infantry squad consisting of 2 light machine guns, 2 submachine guns, bazooka or Panzerfaust, the rest are rifle. So what do I have? I have 3 submachine guns, 2 light machine guns, and the rest are rifle along with 1 Panzerfaust. And all 3 squads are the same. So Stug, squad, Tiger, mirrored, exact same squad, Panther, squad, and that's the Germans. It's actually not that many figures, but it is actually fairly expensive. I rarely ever get to take both of the big cats into battle. Usually it's the Stug and maybe one of those 2, or the Pak 40. So the games I've played so far, the Stug and the Pak 40 have been played twice, and the big cats have only been played once. I've never actually used the Tiger because I can never afford to put him in. Anyway, on the British side, we have a captain plus man. We have a spotter. We have a medium mortar. We have a 57mm anti-tank gun. We have a Piat team, so 1 guy and a loader. And we have 4 mirrored squads of soldiers. So it's 8 riflemen, 1 light machine gun, which is basically a Bren gun, and a Sergeant with a Sten gun. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And you can kind of see when you're looking at the squads, you can see who has the special weapon in the squad. So there's 4, I guess, those squads. I've got a Firefly, 2 Cromwells, and a Stuart, but I don't think they call them Stuarts in the British Army. But anyway, that's what I have. The Firefly is the metal miniature, or no, it's the resin miniature from Flames of War back in the day. Same with the Cromwells, and this is a little metal miniature. And over here, sorry for the crossover, the Tiger is resin, but the Panther is plastic. It's the PSC plastic. So that is the bolt action armies in 15mm. One of the things I do like about this army as well, or these armies as well, is that I have a ton of 15mm terrain. I was always scared to paint 28mm stuff, so I tended not to ever collect any, and therefore I would not have any terrain. But now I've started painting 28mm, and lo and behold, I have no friggin' terrain. So we're busy printing off on our 3D printer, printing off terrain right now, and eventually I'll have some 28mm terrain. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm quickly approaching 500 subscribers, which absolutely blows my mind. My wife keeps telling me, oh, today you have this many, today you have this many. But I never check, because I'm not doing this for the subscribers. I'm doing this just to show off my stuff and to keep my mind busy. It has been a rough year for me and my wife. And, everyone has problems, but I feel for me and my wife, it's actually been pretty nasty. COVID actually hasn't been a bother to us at all. But that's it. Next up, I'm going to show off, I don't know what I can do. I can do maybe Battletech. Okay, we'll see you then.